Mi gente, qué rollo. Bienvenidos a otro podcast. I'm your host, Michael González. Y pues, el día de hoy tengo un grupo que ya tiene trayectoria de varios años y tienen un poco de famita ya ahí, dándole ahí recio y pues, I hit up my boy and he was like, yeah, let's record the pod. And I was like, all right. Y pues tengo los compas de Anexo Al Norte.
Claro que sí.
¿Cómo no?
Y nosotros somos Anexo Al Norte.
¿Qué hubo? There you go. Hey, I know it because I was listening to the songs. I was like, ¿qué hubo?
So yeah, se queda grabado. You remember?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All the songs.
But
yeah.
bro, like whenever I was doing my research about you guys, I was like looking back and it gave me like a nostalgic feeling, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, back in the day, like whenever y'all came out or whenever y'all pretty much popped off, era ya como en el 2012, right?
Sí, más o menos 2012, 2011.
Como 2012.
13.
Entonces,
Yeah.
around that time, yo tenía un grupo estilo Tierra Caliente.
Órale.
Entonces, whenever that band came out, I was like a nerd with all these bands coming out with like
Sí.
La Energía Norteña, La Maquinaria, Reunión. And in between those bands, you know, you get your like local bands and then you get your like underground bands at that
Right.
time. And I feel like you guys were a little mainstream, but I feel like y'all didn't get the push y'all deserve at that time. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Sí.
Sí me explico, you know what I
No,
mean?
yeah. Sí, around that time, what was it, 2011, 12?
Yeah.
Cuando salió Ya Me para Chihuahua, right? So that
Ándale.
was cuando Anexo, pues andaba, pretty strong in that time. Pero pues obviously nosotros estábamos
Morrillos.
chiquitos, ya estábamos morrillos. And, I remember hearing all their songs, right? Pues somos familia.
Pero like,
Hey.
did you know like the, and we'll get into the Anexo
Yeah.
stuff here soon, but like at that time, did you know the magnitude that Anexo was hitting at that time?
I did, but not how I do now, right? So
Oh, okay.
I was too young.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
now
yeah.
when I look back, and ahora que hemos, andado con ellos, que vamos a tocar, and I hear promoters talk, or the clubs, or people in general that come up to
Yeah,
us,
yeah,
or when
yeah.
we go, bro, y están cantando las canciones de Anexo, like, with us, from back then, I'm like, wow, so this was a pretty big deal, you know?
Right.
Y ya hay gente también nos ha tocado que vamos a tocar, and people are like, no, me acuerdo cuando salió esta rola, o en aquel tiempo esto y el otro. And so fans de ellos que maybe at that time, they were our age, que ya,
yeah.
they're older now, they have their kids and stuff, and they want to talk to us about back then. It's
About
like,
Anexo.
I was like,
Yeah.
wow, like, tiene su trayectoria que we're new to it, right?
Right, yeah,
Pero sí, hasta ahorita he entendido un poco más la magnitud de
de
eso,
Anexo.
de aquel tiempo, yeah. So
sí.
we're hoping to get back up there, bro. Yeah.
Nah, bro. Well, I seen y'all been making a lot of noise right now. Y'all been playing. I don't see y'all here in the DFW as much.
Sí, no.
Because that's why I don't say y'all are a local band.
Right.
Por eso no dije, un grupo
Sí.
local. Porque y'all are performing more in like Kansas. Y'all are more in Colorado. Why is it that y'all go out there more?
Sí, pues de hecho, bro, el grupo es de Albuquerque, ahí en New Mexico.
Okay.
Ahí los fundadores, los hermanos Murillo, que vienen siendo primos de nosotros, ¿verdad? Les
¿Primos
mandamos un
hermanos?
saludo. So, primo, yeah. Sí, bueno, primo segundo, se puede decir.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So, our moms are primas hermanas. Y,
Okay, I see.
But we're close. We've always been
Honestly,
close.
y'all kind of look related to the buff dude.
We get that all the
Y'all
time.
like, ¿cómo se llama?
Jimmy. My boy
Ándale,
Jimmy ahí en
the
Albuquerque.
buff guy. Yeah. Y'all look definitely related to
Yeah,
him.
no, siempre le dicen que él se parece a Jimmy en el accordion.
Yeah.
And they told me I look like Jorge, the drummer.
Oh, okay,
And
okay, I
it's
see.
crazy because like, pues I'm the older brother, right?
Simón.
Y Jorge is the older brother, and Jimmy's the younger brother de ellos, and he's the younger brother. Right?
Órale.
So yeah, we get that a lot, you know.
Entonces,
that's cool.
okay. No, pues ahorita we'll get into the Anexo stuff, but,
Right.
Antes de llegar a ese rollo, vamos a empezar con los músicos, pues, para que se presenten y,
Claro que sí.
y digan un poco de qué es lo que tocan, where you've played before. If you want to say who you played with, how many years you've been playing with, and
Right.
if you want, who do you want to start with? Do you want to start with your brother, or do you want to start with the sax over here?
Aquí nos vamos del youngest al oldest. Right. No,
Okay,
we're all the
okay.
same. That's it.
All right, bro.
My name
What's
is
your name?
Jesus. I
Jesus.
play bajo quinto.
Okay. How long have you been playing Bajo Quinto?
Probably like 3 years maybe.
Oh yeah.
But I've been playing guitar since like high school.
But like, what drew your attention to like playing music? Like, cuando empezaste a tocar música, tocaste ya aquí más rolas, like hipster stuff, or did you go with like the norteño sax right away, or what?
At first, I would never listen to like Spanish music
At all.
at all.
That shit was like
I did not listen to not a single bit.
I feel you, bro.
And then I started with Ariel Camacho. I started playing requinto.
Wait, prior to the Mexican music, what did you listen to though?
I listened to a lot of like EDM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I listened to Ariel Camacho. I saw a video. I thought it was pretty cool. And then I wanted to do what he did. And then eventually I just started like learning and stuff. And then I just taught myself through all the way. Through YouTube. And then I started liking Spanish music more. And then I didn't start liking norteño until like 3 years ago. So I'm barely getting to norteño, you know?
Okay. I get that. I see that a lot in interviews and like podcasts and stuff that people like that they see Ariel Camacho and they get like real motivated. But what was it about him that drew your attention? Was it that the fact that he was young? Because whenever I was young, he was coming up and I didn't think he was young. I thought he was older. You know what I mean? Did you see that, or did you know he was young and you're like, oh shit, like he's a young cat doing it?
I didn't really pay attention to that. I mean, I just saw a video. I just thought it was sick what he did, and I just wanted to do it.
Oh, okay.
And I've always wanted to learn how to play guitar, but like I guess rock, because I'm into rock as well.
Oh,
like
okay,
other
sweet.
genres too,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
indie and whatever, folk.
Hey, luego have you ever played with any other bands besides Anexo?
Yeah. So my first band was in high school. I played with Código Activado.
Yeah. Are they still out or no?
Yeah, they're still going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my first band.
That was kind of like your introduction to all this music scene.
Yeah, I was like probably like 15, 16.
Okay.
And I was already playing like at the bars and stuff, and the next day I had like high school class or whatever.
Oh shit. So ibas a la escuela bien desvelado y todo ese pedo.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, but no, yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed like the whole Serreño area. Like,
Dude,
that's what I started with, so it's like
Yeah. Y luego, what caught your attention to play like norteño sax? Because it's such a particular like genre, you know?
Yeah, I would say, I guess it's just it's a big decision that we made between me and my brother. You know, transitioning from Serreño to norteño, and then I don't know, I just thought it was something more different, and I like getting into new music. You know?
Okay.
And then lately I've been into like blues, Stevie Ray Vaughan, like old.
Yeah, like get that different sound whenever you're in the studio, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's like when you build up it's like when you listen to like a lot of new music and stuff.
Yeah.
You build a new taste, and then you begin to apply to the genre you play.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
It's all comes like music theory at the end of the day.
Okay.
You know? So I like getting like a little feeling of different genres and just like, you know, just for the fun of it, because I don't know. I like being creative with music. You know?
Yeah, nice. I see. I was over here being a little stalker or whatever, and I went into y'all's Instagrams and stuff. But I see you're into photography as well, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to pursue that también, or is this just more like a hobby?
Yeah, I guess it's more like a side thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like getting creative with stuff, and then like more hands-on is like, and with that, like it's also like a lot of art, I guess.
Gotcha,
I just like imagining things. I like doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I feel you, bro.
And I like to apply to that and just whatever.
You work a lot with el Javier.
Javier Terán?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the boy, right?
Yeah, he's a really good friend of ours. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
Yeah, shout out to Javier Terán.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you want to add, bro?
No.
Fill out the resume, brother.
I like a little bit of everything. I mean, I go to college, I go to school.
Oh
I
shit.
do music. I like weightlifting, going to the gym.
Yeah, I could tell, bro. Bro, this guy is like freaking 6'7", or how tall are you, bro?
Like 6'2".
Oh shit.
Probably 6'3" on a good day.
Okay. Nah, yeah. That's what's up, bro.
What else? Lately, I've been to dancing to country music a lot. I really like country.
Oh,
music,
you like going out to the Red River or what? Nah.
Nah. If I gotta choose between Red and Stockyards, I like more Stockyards.
Stockyards, little PRs action.
It's more Western.
Okay. What's your go-to at PRs or Stockyards?
Probably Second Rodeo.
Second Rodeo. Okay, yeah. What did the boy Miggy say? That's where it's snowing over there, right? That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I mean, I like dancing, and then it's pretty fun.
You see yourself doing like music full time? Do you want to do music full time?
I mean, I don't know. So whenever I was young, I had like these big dreams of like traveling, playing big stages and stuff, And then as I grew older, I started seeing more into reality.
Right.
And then it's like, I I got school, music, and all these other things. So I'm like, what do I really want to pursue in life? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're kind of
seeing a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, I see that a lot nowadays.
You just go with the flow. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I mean, like I love music. You know, regardless, I'm gonna do music. So if it hits, then
cool.
I'm full at it.
And if it doesn't, but you're still gonna do it.
Yeah, I still have other things behind, plan B, plan C, whatever.
Nice, bro. I like that.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's what's up. All right, let's go with the boy over here. All right, my boy. I met you. When was it?
Cinco de Mayo over there.
Was it Cinco de Mayo? Yeah. But I've been seeing your stuff, bro, and you're actually really good at the accordion. And I had a conversation with you as well, and you told me that you're more like tienes un estilo más así como regio, pues.
Pues sí, pues de allá somos nosotros.
Yeah.
No,
you're from Monterrey.
Yeah, cerquita de Monterrey, right there from Sabinas Hidalgo, Nuevo León.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the music I grew up with, pero, man, I've been playing accordion desde los 9, 10 años.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, pero así con grupos desde los 15 years old, so 10 years.
Damn.
I've been playing, for 10 years, y aquí ando ya con Anexo.
But let's backtrack a little bit. So what kind of drew your attention to like play the accordion?
Well, I mean, it's because we grew up with escuchando, man, Ramon Ayala, Invasores, Cadetes,
Simón.
and that's been my music, you know, my whole life. So that's what drew my attention.
You lived here in the DFW forever?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was born and raised here aquí en Dallas, pero ahorita vivo aquí in a small town called Leonard.
Okay.
Yeah, Leonard, Texas. I saludo para toda la raza de Leonard. Yeah.
Okay.
Pero yeah, man, I mean, this is like one of my first norteño sax groups. Yo siempre he tocado regio, bro.
¿Y eso que te cambiaste al norteño sax?
Pues it's because empecé with all my groups, they're all regio, pero last year empecé con un grupo que se llama Horizonte Norteño. I don't know if you heard of it before.
Como que me suena.
Yeah, they're from Roy City. El founder of that group, the owner, Gustavo, pues, he passed away, and I went out there, you know, go play with, you know, for his family y todo, y luego los chavos, pues, son pura family. They invited me to go join, and I thought about it because it was norteño sax. That wasn't really my thing. And like, pues, le damos una calada, you know, and then I was free, I was available. I wasn't playing with no one at that time.
Okay.
Y le di una calada, and yeah, I started liking it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it playing, you know, everything, pero duré como unos 3 meses ahí, but it was real slow, so I got out, and that's when I found out my boy Eric was finding an accordion player.
Yeah.
Y pues nos movimos para acá, y aquí ando en el norteño sax.
But there's like, en el estilo de regio y en el estilo de sax, it's just something like is real different. Were you like kind of against like the sax music, or?
¿Cómo?
Estabas como like against it, like you didn't,
no,
because like you know how the people from like Monterrey or people from Nuevo León, they be talking about like
that Chihuahua style.
Yeah, like
yeah.
bro, like that ain't no music.
No, I liked it. Like lo que es rieleros y hileros del arroyo, I love that music.
Okay.
Pero pues mine's the Monterrey style, you know. But
I
wasn't against it, you know. I still listen to it. I liked it. Y pues hasta la fecha, I mean.
What kind of music did you? Oh, you said like
Cadetes. Yeah, I mean that's what all I
What was like your go-to? Like you hop in the truck and es la primera rola que tocas, like, or not la primera rola, pero el primer grupo que you're like.
Cadetes or Carlos y Jose. That's those are my jams.
Those are the go-tos.
Yeah.
What regio grupos did you play with here in?
I played so I started off in un grupo ahí from Greenville, Texas. It was a real small local group. Bien chiquito grupo. We played in a bunch of just backyard parties. You know?
Okay.
Duré como 1 año y medio ahí. Luego de ahí me fui con un grupo que se llama Frank Garza y su herradura norteña. They're out of McKinney. They played también regio. Cuando me fui para ese grupo, ya was a little bit more on the professional side. Ya tocamos en los bailes, quinceañeras, en weddings. Y duré con ellos 5 years. Yeah, and then I got out at 2021 because of work. And I took off. I was off from music for 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, 3 years because of work. We were just busy. No tenía nada de tiempo para tocar. Y luego it slowed down and everything. Y luego es cuando me invitaron acá con Horizonte. Y duré 3 months. Y luego de ahí me vine aquí con...
Prior to them hitting you up, did you know like the magnitude that Anexo had?
To be honest, no.
No?
No. Once I did my research y todo, pues con el tiempo, pues sí.
You're like, oh shit, they got a million views on that video. Holy crap, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's what's up, bro. I mean, everything's with time, and but I'm glad you found the boys over here, man.
Yeah, they're real good people. Like I was able to meet Jimmy y Jorge. Man, they're real good people, man. Yeah.
Shit, bro. No, that's what's up. Anything you want to add to it, bro?
No, pues por ahorita no. Mi compa Fabio sigue.
I'm
Smiling, bro.
my boy over here. My boy got that big smile. I can see that from a mile away. All right, bro. What's your name?
My name is Fabian, bro. I play sax. I kick on
Fabian?
Anexo boy. Yeah, bro.
And how old are you, Fabian?
25, bro.
Oh shit.
Almost
Okay.
hitting the unk status.
Shit, already, bro? No.
That's what they keep
You hit
telling me.
unk status when you're 30. When you're 30, you hit unk status, and even then, if you still look young, you're not unk yet.
I hope not, bro. I'm not ready
No,
to hit the unk status.
Y pues, what do you play, bro?
The sax, bro. Well, before the sax, I started off with the guitars and sierreño.
Okay.
Really, I'm kind of like, I like to say I'm pretty loyal because right out of high school, my first group was with them still.
Oh shit! So
Yeah.
he's been with you guys for the long run, dude. You don't find people like that nowadays, dude.
Like my boyfriend, there's no other.
Exactly.
Hey, don't cut that part up. Don't cut that part up.
Respect.
Or say it right.
Respect. Hey, pero so you started off music with Sirreño, but like, what drew your attention to start playing music?
Really, bro? Like, it was never really, like, in my agenda, I guess.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, like, during high school, well, he was already, like, at it with the music.
Simon.
And I became his friend, and slowly I would kind of be a part of, like, the experience. Like, hey, going to his gigs.
You're part of the entourage.
Yeah, like, recording little videos. Like,
Oh,
just being
okay.
the-
Staff.
And yeah, somewhat of a staff, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would always be there, bro. And I would end up, like, sleeping at their house. Almost like if I was,
Oh,
like,
little
in the
Diddy
group.
party or what?
Oh, hey. No, yeah, bro, like I would always go to their gigs and the weekends. My mom would start asking me like, "Are you in the group now?" I was like, kinda, yes and no.
Que dicen, mi hijo es músico, pero you're just the one who
I was
recorded.
just there like recording.
Okay, I got you.
Now, well, and it came to a point where I guess like one of the guys ended up leaving, like their Armonia,
Okay.
and I guess like in a way like they're like, oh, he's always coming with us. Like it's kind of one of those things like, well, he's really good at the guitar. That why doesn't he just kind of start teaching me the ropes, and that way just so I can eventually just join
But
in.
prior to that, you had no knowledge of music.
Nah, bro, no. Well, in middle school, see, porque ahí, that's how I got introduced to the sax in sixth
Okay.
grade. But my sax experience only lasted from sixth grade to like the first week of high school. It's
Okay.
just that marching band was never like.
It's not it.
It ain't no, bro. It
It's
was
not
a
it.
big difference, bro. Like
It's cause like marching band. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just say how it is. It's a little lame. It's a little lame. But like if for any musician that's out there in marching band, like you can learn the fundamentals. And if you want to be out there and play with like a norteño band and stuff, or con una banda sinaloense type shit, you can learn anything you can in the band at school, right? So you were basically you just quit band or what?
yeah, basically, we're like it was a big difference from like my friends are huge. They're from San Luis, bro.
Okay.
So a bunch of the music I would hear like early on would be like Polo Diaz, all that stuff.
Okay.
So when I would compare the two, I'm like, this not really. It wouldn't really go the same direction.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I didn't like it anymore. Bro.
It's not it. Puro ¿Qué rola estabas tocando ahí en el marching band?
I don't know, bro. Some
Yeah,
Beethoven Part 2. I don't know.
yeah. So you just wanted to change, pues.
Yeah, bro. And yeah, once I quit basically from that first week in marching. Yeah. No music. I wasn't really doing anything.
Hasta que
yeah.
te encontraste a los chavos.
Yeah, bro. Basically, once I got out of like high school.
But so they taught you how to play.
In a way, yeah. When like was in the house, también uno play like a little
Sí,
YouTube video.
Little YouTube video, okay.
Yeah, but it's for specifically him just because he got that like crazy like theory. he learns a song in like
We
30
were
seconds.
just get together, you know, just like when we're in the moment, I just, you know, share tips and here and there. And this
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Throughout the time, you know, ya nos acoplamos bien, like musically wise, you know what I mean?
But to play like at like tocadas or like private events, like you think he was experienced enough to do stuff like that
Yeah.
at that time?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I believed in him, so that's what we got him.
Wait, the armonía is just a
Yeah, so it's like.
and you were playing like the melody.
Yeah, it's not the lead guitar, but like the rhythm guitar.
Okay, I got you. Oh shit. Y luego pues.
Yeah, a year, I guess. Well, that's with that. The phase of like the armonía lasted basically up to like 2-3 years ago, and that's when I started again with the sax. They kind of introduced the idea. Well, they're cousins. They were trying to, well, I guess, bring the group again, and they're like, well, don't you have like a little experience before, like with the sax? Is it something that you can like kind of bring back?
And how old were you at this time?
For when they told me about the group again.
You're like 22.
22, ahí más o menos.
And you're like, bro, I learned that shit in like 6th grade.
Low key, like in my mind, I was like, yeah, like these cats don't know. Like I kind of forgot it already. I was like,
Yeah. But like, is it like? I guess whenever you really like something and you pick it back up, it's like, como que no se te había olvidado. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I learned how to play keyboards. Entonces, whenever, like, if they put a keyboard right here, like I'll know the pisadas and stuff. You know what I mean? So was it kind of like that?
yeah, in a way, like I didn't really like forget everything. But it's one of those.
You knew
things,
like Mary had a little lamb type shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but like enough, like at least like the note names, like the pisadas in a way. So at least the basics. So like, at least I could think that I could do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you believed in yourself and stuff.
Yeah, and the boys right here too. I mean, that's why they kind of like,
That kind of pushed you
in
too.
a way.
Yeah. Damn, that's what's up, bro. It's crazy how like whenever you have someone that doesn't know as much, but you actually push them to do it, and they get to that level that you want. It's crazy, bro. You know, they get to like big places. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, así como está haciendo my boy Fabian, we met in high school, freshman year.
Yeah.
And that's whenever I was playing at the time. Sierreña, I was playing with Andrew ahí con los del Buen Estilo. Y también le mandamos un saludo.
Oh, you played with the Buen Estilo?
Yeah, ahí
You,
empezamos.
both the or just you?
Just me, bro. Just me ahí en el
Okay,
bass.
okay.
Ahí empecé
What
con-
year was this?
Bro, this was 2016. 2016.
Oh, okay,
En
okay.
aquel tiempo, pues cuando pasó lo de Ariel y todo ese rollo, that, you know, I was playing with Andrew ahí con Buen Estilo. Y I was in high school already, right? But I met Fabian, I was 16 at the time. I met Fabian freshman year in high school. So I met him 2 years before, right?
Oh.
So I met him in high school. We played baseball together and everything. We had a few classes. Y yo lo invitaba a las tocadas, you know, cuando hacía el que, you know, iba con nosotros. And then that's whenever I was with Buen Estilo for a good while.
Yeah.
And then ya me salí yo, and then my brother at that time he was whenever I was playing he was already grabbing the requinto, you know.
Sí, pues no me puedo quedar,
Aprendiendo
¿qué
y
dijo?
todo.
No me puedo quedar atrás.
Yeah, sí, y ya después de un rato le dije a my brother, no, pues nos aventamos, you know. Nos aventamos y empezamos el grupo Ángel Cierreño. That's what we were at first. Y we played with that for a couple of years, and then we moved on to Los de Rodriguez, right? We had like a little change ahí. And around that time, se nos salió de la armonía. Pues Fabian, he would go to our gigs and stuff. He would take clips, and he was just a great friend of us. And like, I'd invite him, bro, you know, because we were young. It's like, no, ni lo dejan ni los papás or something.
Yeah.
Sí, con nosotros, like my dad would go with us everywhere. We'd all the gigs. My dad was always there. And no, sí lo dejaban ir, and he, you know, started coming around. And ya cuando se salió, I told my brother, hey, pues, let's bring Fabian on. You know, he's been coming out to the gigs. He likes it. He showed a willingness to learn, you know, and on top of, bro, all that doesn't matter if you don't work with good people, right?
Right.
De buen corazón. And that's like our favorite attribute of his. I
Okay.
mean, sweetest person ever. I
He
was
wants
like,
to, and he wants
yeah.
to be there.
And that's like, that's what I cared about most, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, let's bring him on, and we brought him on the team. And yeah, pues tocamos así, le dimos, bro, ¿cuánto? Como unos 5 años le dimos así. Como los de Rodríguez, Ángel Cerreño, guitar stuff aquí locally. Y ya ahí en 2022 fue cuando,
Ya made the break.
you know, pasó COVID.
Oh.
And so going back to Anexo, that's when Anexo kind of took a pause. Entonces,
But you had no part at that time with Anexo.
No. Pues we would know that they were playing, and my cousin Jorge at the time, la batería, he was trying to help us out también. Like, he would bring us along, and he was, you know, helping us out con las tocadas and promoting us and everything, but we were never a part of Anexo at that time.
Okay, I got
Ya
you.
pasó COVID, se paró Anexo, and then at that time, ya cuando pasaron unos 2 years, y fue cuando, hey, what's up, guys? ¿Qué piensan?
Oh,
And we were
okay,
like,
okay.
no, pues
Whoa, hold on. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Let's go. Because I like that. I want to hear more about like how Anexo really started.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So we finished with Fabian.
With Fabian, yeah.
So let's go with you real quick.
Mhm.
Let's give a little like background of
Right.
like you. What's your name, bro?
Oh no, pues my name's Eric. I play bass and I sing ahí con Anexo.
You're the voice.
On the voice.
of
ahí
Anexo.
con
Yeah.
Anexo.
And how long have you been playing music?
I started playing the guitar, bro, when I was 8 years old. Ahí con mi padrino. And my dad always played guitar too. So growing up.
So ustedes ya vienen de familia de músicos.
Yeah, se puede decir que sí, bro. Y luego pues a mi papá siempre le gustó la música. So growing up, we'd always see him at the house, you know, jamming out, playing guitar, and he'd have his book of like songs, like, you know, at that time lyrics like las hojas with the lyrics.
On the was it on the binder? Or was it on
a binder? Yeah, he'd print them out and he'd have them there, and like I'd see him play, and pues I grew up with it, bro. We grew up with it.
Yeah.
Y a los 8 años fue cuando empecé a tocar la guitarra, but I never liked it as much as the bass, bro.
Why is that?
I don't know, like whenever I was playing guitar, because my padrino played the bass, and so whenever he was the one that kind of taught me the ropes with the guitar, and whenever I'd go to his house, I'd see his bajos ahí, like the basses.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that instrument looks cool.
Right.
Then I'd hear him play, and I'm like, oh man, it sounds good, you know, the punch to it, the loudness to it. And I always wanted to play it, but he was like, whenever hasta que le agarre bien aquí a la guitarra, entonces ya nos movemos al bass.
Yeah.
Entonces a los 12, a los 12
ahorita
empecé.
Real quick, sorry to interrupt,
No,
but
you're good.
when you say that about the bass, it's kind of funny because like I kind of felt the same way because I play the bass.
Oh,
and
bro.
whenever the reason why I started playing the bass is because like I saw the bajo sexto or the bajo quinto and I was like, bro, that shit looks too hard. Let me just hop on the bass. But then like looking at like other people, whenever you start playing the bass, you look at other bands and other bass players and you're like, oh shit, like they actually look clean, you know?
Oh, bro, yeah, no, yeah. So también me llamaba la atención just simply the instrument of how it looked.
Right, yeah.
So I started playing, man, and pues my brother, you know, like he was saying earlier, he's a little different. He likes other genres of music.
Yeah.
But for me, bro, ever since I was little, man,
Pura música mexicana.
I'll tell you the truth, but I'll be honest. I remember being 4 years old, and my dad would bump Te Quiero Mucho, con los rileros, cuando recién salen esas rolas.
Yeah.
Bro, pues being little, that's what I was exposed to, so I liked it. So I remember whenever I started playing the bass, ponía las rolas ahí en el YouTube, I would just jam to rilero songs hasta que le agarré right, the style.
Sí.
And pues that's been my favorite genre.
Oh
So
shit.
I've always, even though I did sierreño, norteño was always it's always been my favorite.
What kind of drew your attention to the sierreño? Was it because your brother was starting to play sierreño and you're like, oh shit, you know what? Let me give it a shot.
It was around the time that, pues era whenever Andrew from Buen Estilo hit me up. Es cuando estaba fuerte lo de Ariel y todo ese rollo.
Sí.
And that was around the time that ya tenía yo ratito tocando el bass. And I was like, no, pues I feel ready to kind of, you know, he invited me to a gig. He's like, hey, bro, come out to a gig. And nos hace el paro aquí. Y fui, my first one, bro, first tocada, I remember with the bass. It was a quinceañera y the whole night, bro, I was standing in the same spot. The whole night, just standing in the same
Era
spot.
statue.
Yeah, the statue. Y me acuerdo que the lights were blinding me. You know, because we were on stage and the lights were blinding me. Pues I didn't get nervous porque no veía yo para afuera con las luces. And I fell in love with it right there, man. First gig.
You're like, this is what I want to do.
Pero eso era lo que estaba fuerte en ese tiempo. So that's why I started with sierreño. Yeah.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. I mean, I was able to.
Something? I thought you wanted to say something.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do this a lot.
Oh, yeah.
The sierreño? It's a different crowd, you know what I'm saying? But what kind of songs were y'all playing at that time? Were y'all just playing love songs or y'all playing corridos?
We were doing a little bit of everything, you know? Like,
More campirano style.
Yeah.
Así, pues sí. O sea, lo que...
Ariel.
Miguel y Miguel, todos
Oh,
esos. De las caras, dicen por allá.
Yeah. Damn, bro.
We also caught on, bro. Like, cuando salió Legado 7, todo ese rollo, Codiciado, pues we would play all the songs también on the guitar and stuff. Lo que fuera saliendo, we'd adapt to the game. And así hasta que llegó el punto donde salió el tumbado. And that's whenever we started the transition. And pues we didn't really pick up on that anymore. Yeah. So when that started, we were kind of finishing up with our era with Sierreño.
Sierreño.
Sí.
Well, did you play with any other bands prior to, like, literally, like, after the Sierreño? Was there any bands that you played with?
No, bro, nomás con Buen Estilo y pues ya el grupo nosotros.
¿El Anexo?
Ahora, pues con Anexo. Yeah,
okay. Oh, los
de
Rodríguez.
Rodríguez. Yeah, que con el
Okay,
Sierreño,
okay.
yeah. Oh,
Oh
yeah.
shit, damn! So you've been playing music for a while then.
It's been a while, bro. See.
All right, let's get into the Anexo stuff, bro. So we stopped off where you said that that COVID hit, right?
Right.
And your cousins hit you up.
Mm-hmm.
What was like the conversation y'all had, or how
See-
did he tell y'all like, hey, let's do something with Anexo?
Yeah, no, so pasó COVID, and then a couple years passed, and Anexo at the time wasn't really playing, and because COVID messed everything up, right?
Yeah.
So separó la agrupación, and at that time he was still helping us out with los de Rodriguez, Sirreño stuff, but at the same, it was
Wait,
hard.
Tu primo?
Yeah, the drummer for Anexo, right?
Yeah.
So at the same time, because he hasn't just always been a musician, he's worked in a lot of areas with music when it comes to marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we continue, I just want to say that, bro, like you're like real dialed in, like with like everything. I forgot to mention it. I was like thinking about it right now, but before we get to the Nexus stuff,
Right.
like y'all all go to school and like you're in finance, bro. So
Yeah.
it's crazy how like you're still in this music thing. You're trying to make this music thing work, but you still got your degree in finance and whatnot. So I mean, it's crazy how you're putting work. You're putting work in all areas of your life. You know what I'm saying? Not just the music. So I admire that about you guys.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
you. No, thank you, bro. No, it's been hard for sure, but it was always something a little deal that we had with my mom too. Like, no, necesitan, estudien y si estudian los deja, I'll let y'all go gig in peace. Get home at 3 in the morning.
There you go.
No, pero no, sí, pues siempre nos inculcaron eso, bro. Pues I got my master's in finance, and my brother, he's doing accounting right now at UTA.
Okay.
My boy Fabian también here, he graduated from Charlton, and so we got that done, man. And pues, so I got to the guys, bro, de todo, we have the music stuff and the school stuff and esas cosas, pero de todo algo tiene que pegar, ya sea la música or something else.
Saying,
We want it to be music, right? Pero si no llega a hacer eso,
like
pues,
your boys,
we have
like your brother said, like
Yeah.
at some point we have to be realistic. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah,
And if it hits, pues get you going, right?
Yeah, of
And if
course.
it doesn't, pues I mean, we're still gonna do music, but
Yeah, you got plan B, plan C. and
exactly.
something that takes over, and it becomes your main.
You just gotta be prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sí.
Okay, so let's go back to the Anexo stuff. So your cousin hit you up.
Yeah, he hits me up and he's like, hey, so what do you think? He's like, what do you think if we bring back Anexo? Ahora pues ya, you guys are grown up, somos todos familia, y se vienen todos o ninguno. Yeah, because that's what he told me. He's like, bring Fabian. It's he has a, at the time, like he said, ya no había tocado el sax.
Yeah.
Pero lo poquito, I remember he had a little clip, and we sent it to him. He's like, mijo, the sound alone, he's like, I like it. Con eso tenemos, we'll little by little, lo vamos, we start pushing him a little bit, and he'll get it.
So the band is from Albuquerque.
Yeah, the band is from Albuquerque. So Anexo, man, started, I mean, I can't even remember what year, but it's early 2000 for sure, si no antes que eso. Ahí en Albuquerque, New Mexico. Entonces mis primos ahí viven. Yeah, they live in Albuquerque.
Y por eso crees que tiene muchas tocadas allá para Colorado, para Kansas and all that area.
Yeah, so ahí en New Mexico, pues that's home. Se puede decir que es la casa de Anexo, right? Y ahí en Denver, bro, that's probably like our strongest city. Like ahí en Denver nos reciben muy bien siempre. That's back whenever they hit, Denver was a very big plaza for them. And so ahí, y hasta la fecha, siempre que vamos para allá, man, it's a great time. It's a great time ahí in Denver, man. We love it, bro. And it's crazy, though, because like you said, we live here.
Yeah.
And pues aquí, sí se oye, pero we don't have that big of an impact like we do out there yet. And so, we want to work on that.
But I mean, it's new, you know what I'm saying? This new era of Anexo is like,
sí.
y'all still putting in that work.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, we I tell the guys, let's own up to it. Let's own up to the name and let's try to make something work.
Right.
So, yeah, he hit me up and we talked it out with my dad, my brother, aquí con Fabian. What do you guys think? No, pues, vamos a calarle, Porque rato I don't want to be like, pues, I wonder what it would have been like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
What ifs?
Yeah, the what ifs. And it's like, no, pues, let's try it. And so, van 3 years. And like I said, pues, along the road, we've had a few ups and downs. And
yeah.
Pero aquí andamos todavía.
Dude, I don't know if y'all want to talk about this a little bit, but I've seen that y'all do help out Regreso. Can we talk about the relationship with Miggy, how that started and how y'all got close and stuff? Because I see that y'all are really close and y'all are cool and y'all hang out all the time and all this shit.
Sí, Miguel, man, great guy, bro. He hit me all one time and me pidió if I could help him out ahí with the regreso.
Oh, okay.
And I remember it was their first gig.
At the Yarda.
No, this was way before that, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like cuando tuvieron su primer privada and me habló, I was like, hey, bro, could you help me out? Y pues we were free that weekend. And so I went, man, and I helped them out, and pues I met them, bro. The guys are great guys, and dije, no, pues con lo que les puedo ayudar, right? Mientras.
Yeah.
And so, pues I met the guys, we kicked it, they're good people, and that's how we kind of got close. Y al último, like, pues él también, at the time, we didn't have Angel.
Oh, okay.
And like I said, pues our guys, Jimmy y Jorge, estaban fuera de la ciudad, bro. They lived in Albuquerque, right?
Oh, okay.
So también, pues they would help us out a little bit. También cuando ocupamos to make content and stuff like that.
Sí.
We would help each other out.
But y'all are real dialed in with the content and with everything, bro.
Yeah,
so
it's important, man.
it's really important, especially in this music scene. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's a bunch of bands that have the talent, but bro, like I can name so many bands that could be up there like at Pinos and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But because they're not hyped, they're not there. They're not there, you know what I'm saying? It kind of sucks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. No, you have to do, and I'll give them that. That's why they do a good job of making
marketing.
Noise. Yeah. And so that's what you got to do, man. That's what you got to do. And so we got close ahí con también my brother with Miguel y todo ese rollo, and it's been great with the guys, and también they would do content with us, like I said ahorita.
Yeah. I see también that Javier Terán be over there with you guys too.
Yeah, my boy Terán is a great guy, man, great friend también. Javier, we've known him for a while now. Desde que, pues en aquel tiempo, when he was with Alianza. Yeah, cuando estábamos con el Cerreño.
Was he still with Alianza at that time?
I believe he had just got out, no?
No, he was in it. We met at a 15.
Oh, sí. We met him at a quinceañera where our Cerreño was playing with Alianza.
Was it Germans?
Yeah, Germans. Yeah, bro. Sí, ahí con Germans.
Yeah, I'm telling
man,
you,
a
bro.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Ahí lo conocimos. And so we became, great buddies with them. And también we, pues, conoció a Miguel, regresa todo ese rollo. Pues, we got together for a few videos. And
that's good, bro. Like I say in every podcast, like, you don't see like that kind of like, collab. Yeah, like collabs. Like, I mean, you see comments on like TikTok and the YouTube videos. They're like, bro, like Javier Terán, oh damn, like what happened to him and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like now that he's in the circle, it's cool to see. You know what I mean?
Sí, no, yeah. Y pues Terán también, with Alianza tiene su trayectoria, and it was always cool to, we'd jam out with him, and he'd tell the stories. And
hey, can we talk about la rola de que went a little bit viral for Anexo, which was la de Ya me voy para Chihuahua?
Ya me voy para Chihuahua.
Because, like I said before, like I was looking through all the videos and stuff, and I seen that video, and like I seen you guys. Well, I saw you. I know you have the same face, but I didn't know that your brother was there too, right?
Right.
So talk to us how that came about, because that song went viral, bro.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you had Maquinaria like shouting you guys out, Laberinto. I mean, who else?
Huracanes,
Huracanes was a big one too.
It was quite a bit of them. Y sí, pues me acuerdo que the guys had just played in town, and we were having a little family cookout.
Okay.
The next day before they left, I think they were. El sábado habían tocado aquí en Dallas or Fort Worth. Y el domingo we had a little family cookout. Llegaron ahí, pues we were there. Us, we were, bro, they're our cousins, right? But we were, when we were young, pues, starstruck, like, oh, these are our cousins that play on stage, music. And hey, nos dijo Mr. Jorge. Y Ivan es hermano de ellos, tocaba sax.
Mr. Jorge.
Mr. Jorge. That's good. We have a little insider, bro. We say Mr. a lot.
Oh.
Mr. Eric, Mr. Chuy, Mr. Fabian, Mr. Angel, yeah. Y pónganse los sacos, and we do a little video para incluirlos ahí en el video para Chihuahua. And so we did that, bro. Man, he was probably what? I mean, I think I was like 11 or 12. I don't know, he was probably like 9, 10 or something. Y ya salió ese video, and pues it went crazy, man.
Yeah.
Ya ahorita, pues ya, we're older now, and we look back at it, and time flies.
Yeah, like I said, it's like a nostalgic feeling, bro. Especially whenever. También una rola que me recuerda mucho es la que te dije, la de Dama de Hierro.
Dama de Hierro, yeah, esa fue otra fuerte.
Esa rola fue like I remember, bro, because I was like in middle school whenever I was like in my norteño sax craze, bro. Like I was like so like crazy with the norteño sax shit. Yeah. But I remember that song so much because like whenever I heard about Anexo was through Miggy.
Yeah.
And like, or now, pues, digamos,
Sí.
because like I knew of Anexo, but now I knew it because of you guys.
Yeah.
But I was like, bro, there's a song that Anexo has that I know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I went on Spotify. I couldn't find it until I started looking more into you guys, and
Yeah.
I went on the YouTube, and I was like, oh, this is a song.
Esa era.
Y'all be playing that one or what?
Oh yeah, bro. See,
Yeah?
esa, man, they
Y'all already tired of it, huh?
Yeah, people ask for it all the time.
Yeah.
And todavía donde toquemos la piden, and esa fue una de las fuertes. And todavía, bro, like on our charts, it's still like one of the top ones. And people love it, man. Yeah,
No,
todavía.
that's crazy, bro. Y luego, antes de terminar con los rollos de Anexo, how has the industry been to you guys? Because I know, like, being a young kid looking into it, you know, you could be like, oh shit, like the stage is huge and there's a big crowd and all this and that. Was the industry anything like how you guys expected it to be?
Bro, whenever you're young, right? Whenever you're a kid, for example, and you look at all these bands, man,
Yeah.
it's like you look at them as like, wow, like how qué se sentirá conocerlos, bro. I remember being una vez, I was young, tocó Adolfo Díaz, and bro, I was like 6, 7, 8 years old, and he signed my tejana, Adolfo Díaz, right? At the time, I was freaking out, man. I was Adolfo Díaz, right? But I was little,
Yeah.
and then you grow up, bro, and I haven't met him personally, right? So. Just in general, we're talking about the industry, right? The business. So you grew up, man, and gracias a Dios, you could say that I never really thought we'd be in the circle, you know, as in like in the circle, as in was wow, like now our name is floating around with
bigger bands.
bigger bands, right?
Yeah.
So, but now you know, now that we grow up and we see stuff, it's like, man, it's dirty, bro. The business is dirty.
And in what way?
It's rigged. It's just, it's como te digo,
Can you give an example?
it's like there's no como you said, Drake, no friends in the industry.
industry.
There's no friends in the industry, bro. There's acquaintances, right?
Right.
But there's no friends, bro. Los friends son muy diferentes. Entonces, te digo, un ejemplo, por ejemplo, es que a lo mejor tú puedes echarle la mano a alguien and then igual you don't help someone expecting help in return, right?
Right, yeah,
Pero
yeah.
en veces se la atura uno el camión, right? La carreta, and like, no, pues uno en veces también ocupa, right? But then you realize that it's always unas por otras, right?
Yeah.
And it's fair, of course, it's fair.
Yeah, you got to give the benefit of the
Right.
doubt sometimes.
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
But it's just dirty, man. It's a dirty game. And when it comes to everything, you know, everything,
Like-
the bands itself, you know, there's bands that don't like each other. They you know.
Have y'all experienced anything like that with the bigger band?
Right,
Maybe just because, like, y'all don't know
right.
them personally, but maybe because, like, the name has been up there already.
Right.
Have y'all experienced anything like that with the bigger band?
I won't say names, bro. But
You can say names.
Uh,
No, I'm joking.
Pero no, pues.
Can you
Yeah.
can you say like una anécdota, pues?
Sí, no, pues, o sea, it's just stuff that, por ejemplo, ha habido personas that now that we're in it, right now that we're at Anexo, we want to work, right? But they maybe don't want to work with us because of stuff that happened in the past that maybe we don't even know about, right?
Oh,
But
okay.
and so, you know, it's one of those things where no, pues, you know, está bien. It's not, you move on and lo que sigue, pero that's what I mean, that it's a dirty game, bro. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
dirty game, it's a dirty business, but at the end of the day, we want to keep our, you know, heads down, just keep pushing, man. Keep
Porque,
pushing. It's
like, despite the fact that it's a dirty business, like at the end of the day, like when you see people dancing, when you see people
Right.
singing along to the songs, like that's like the pretty part, you know what I'm saying?
oh, bro, that's the best part. That's ese no es el trabajo. El trabajo es todo acá afuera, man. The traveling, las desveladas, the recordings. But once you're on stage, bro, you see people singing your songs, dancing to your songs, or when they ask you for a picture, man, that's the best part, bro.
Yeah.
Del otro día, you know, it feels good whenever you're somewhere and people ask you for a picture or they want to talk to you, and it's like for those people, man, it just means a lot because they it's like, wow, like you actually like our music. You actually like how I sound, how he plays, how they play.
Yeah.
You like how I sing. Like that means a lot to me, man. Because again, we're our own biggest critics, right? So
Right.
I could hear myself sing, bro. I'm like, no, es que me falta algo aquí, and I just overthink it, right?
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
you see it from someone else's point of view, and they're like, man, you sound great, and I'm like, really? You know what I mean?
Right, yeah, yeah.
And it's just that at the end of the day, that's the best part.
What's your opinion on the dirty business side? Like, was there like a band that you saw? You're like, damn, like, I used to see them on YouTube, and then you play on the same stage, and you're like, damn, they're some assholes.
Well, I thought the industry was more serious, but it's not that serious. But I feel like, what was I gonna say? My mind just went blank. I just thought it was serious, like
Yeah. Like you thought it was more legit.
yeah, like people like nowadays people are like bands are complaining like if they don't play, if they don't close the show or they're not on top of the post, they're not gonna play. Like, bro, we're just gonna it don't matter to us. We're just there to play, have a good time with the band, the crowd,
Yeah.
But it's not that serious to be throwing a fit over that. But
Is this Charles?
I mean,
Do you think the industry, in your opinion, do you think the industry is like dirty or?
I mean, it is como ya 10 years in the music scene, pues, you get to see a lot of things, pero I think in the end of the day, la gente es la que decide,
Exactly.
qué canción va a pegar o qué grupo va a pegar, behind the scenes is a whole different story. Pero
It's all politics behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, la gente es la que, la que decide, is going to enjoy the music.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
What about you, Fabian? You don't want no say in this. No me metan en sus pedos.
Nah, it's just one of those things like, well, there's some groups that like to I guess.
Talk a lot of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like us or anything, but I guess in between groups.
Right. Yeah.
But honestly, it's one of those things.
Yeah,
that,
of course.
I say that just everybody just kind of just focus on each their own. Everybody got their own path and direction, and that's really the only main thing. We should be worrying about, just like us, how we're gonna keep growing and stuff.
Your quote, bro. Never meet your heroes. What's the quote you say?
You never meet your heroes because you say what?
I think there's a quote that my boy Fabian talks about that you say sometimes, right? That's like, never meet your heroes because you'll get disappointed, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like that.
Yeah. So it's around same thing,
Yeah. Hey, ahorita que estamos en el tema de Anexo, whatever happened to los chavos que estaban ahí, el mamao, que le dicen, ¿cómo le dicen el mamao,
Sí.
the buff guy? Whatever happened to him and the drummer? Or
Yeah, of course. My boy Jimmy, que le mandamos un saludo por ahí, my primazo Jimmy, man. Great, man. I love that guy.
Shout out to Peaks Nutrition. Get all your supplements from there.
Peaks Nutrition?
Yes.
Peaks Nutrition.
Okay, what's that or what?
Yeah, Peaks Nutrition. If you guys are ever out there in Albuquerque and you're trying to get built, make sure you stop by at Peak Sports Nutrition.
They got the juice or no?
Maybe. Hay una tienda supplement store that's run by my boy Jimmy in Albuquerque, and yeah, man, ahí anda, ahí está él. He's very focused on what he has going on with his business, and we're really happy for him. He also competes bodybuilding, and he just competed not that long ago.
He's the one that helps me out.
Yeah, he's the one.
Oh yeah,
bro,
with the macros and shit.
Yeah, bro, it'd be crazy because we'd go to the gigs, and acabamos de tocar llegábamos, right? Let's say we're playing in I don't know in Denver, and bro, we had to get a workout in before the gig, bro. Regardless,
I tell you all the time. I mean, I don't know if the cameras could do justice, but bro, if you see this guy in person, he has some broad shoulders, bro.
no,
I'm like, damn, okay, y'all be putting in that work, bro.
Man, I wish.
So, pero esos chavos, they're still invested in Anexo.
Sí, también pues Jorge viene siendo the drummer, our older cousin. He enlisted in the military, que también le mandamos un saludo, and we're very proud of him. We're very happy, and we're waiting for him to come back. And Ivan, which is their other brother, he played sax. He has his family in Albuquerque, and he retired. He hung him up, and he's doing good. But we're grateful for all of them. Their family.
He played the sax.
Yeah, he played the sax.
And he retired from music.
Yes, and so but he's always been very supportive of us, and so yeah, plus George and Jimmy, they're still in the band, but it's one of those things where it's like I was saying earlier, it's kind of like a passing of the torch, where it's like, hey guys, slowly, little by little, we want you guys to be the ones to lead us into war. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where
I'm sorry if this is like a touchy subject, but when it comes to finances,
right?
Is there a percentage or that they keep or or whenever they pass the torch fully, is that just gonna be y'all or is there contracts?
Yeah, no, man. Honestly, that's why we're beyond grateful for them. They have never made us feel that way. They've always made us feel equal, right? This is just es igual de ustedes que de nosotros. despite us just coming into it and them being in it their whole lives, they always made us feel like this is y'all's. You know, this we built it for you guys, and man, that means the world to us. And so that's the gift of family. That's why whenever, you know, people have tried to, no, pues let's go here, let's go there. Hey, vénganse pa acá, and it's like, man, I just can't leave my family, bro. You know, I couldn't leave them. I can't, my brother. Like, we're very tight knit, and I you know, we hope to just bring it back up to where it was, and maybe even higher, si se puede, right? So no, yeah, like I said, they're still in the band, and they still jam out with us. Ya cuando andamos cerca de Albuquerque, o si hay unas tocas ahí que they can go, pues todavía llegan ahí los chavos a tocar. So,
Nice, bro. I seen that y'all are doing a song with Maquinaria.
Yeah,
Can
bro.
we talk a little bit about that collaboration y'all doing with Maquinaria and how it came about?
Yeah, so we have a collab ahí que va a salir pronto ahí con Maquinaria y que nos ayudó también Rory. También nos mandó un
Rory
saludo,
Nieto,
yeah.
okay.
He
Nice.
produced the jam, and we have it coming out. So, you know, it's one of those things where back in the day, whenever Anexo was doing great and all that, es como ahorita, right? So, se conocen desde hace mucho tiempo, and that collab came about, and pues we're really grateful that they were down to do it. And it's one of those things, like I said, that back then, it's like us now, or like the local bands here now, que todos, pues, you know, we're all out there trying to make it, you know.
Yeah, we're all hustling.
And so that was them back then. You know,
Okay.
everyone was trying to make it back then, and they'd help each other out. Y pues se conocen desde mucho tiempo, y so eso, y ahorita, it's cool to see. You know, back then, they were us, our age, trying to make it, and now, pues they made it. Maquinaria, man, pues mis respetos. And Anexo también en su tiempo, man, pues it was a big deal. It was a big blow. And so now, like I said, it's one of those things where I hope that 10, 15, 20 years from now, one of us, aquí los que andamos ahorita, hopefully one of us makes it, or all of us, man, you know, de eso se trata.
Yeah. That's the plan, right?
That's the plan,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So, eso viene desde hace tiempo que se conocen todo, you know, they knew each other from back then, and
So-
ya ahorita, ya, the bands are...
So esa rola, Rory chose it, or y'all came to an agreement with that song, or how did that song come about?
Mi primo Jorge Murillo, he wrote it.
Oh,
Es una
nice.
composición de él, and,
Yeah.
and Rory produced it. So, yeah, we're hoping for that jam to come out soon. It's an original.
Oh,
Aquí
shit.
The next one, pues we're featuring.
How do y'all
it
feel
with
about
them.
that song?
Oh, bro, we're excited.
Yeah?
We wanted that norteño feel. You know how people sometimes say que they want the old maquinaria. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
okay, yeah.
Or que lo norteñote. And so that's kind of the feel that we went for. And pues we're super excited for that.
How do you feel about recording that song, being from Nuevo
Pues
León? And
I didn't record it, pero pues.
oh, okay. But
yeah,
you're
pues,
gonna be.
Rory, pues es el mero bueno, you know.
Sí.
Yeah, pero man, it's something nice to see. I mean, I look up to him. I mean, he's a badass accordion player, so. Pero ahí andaba yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's the one that recorded the accordion.
Oh,
so.
I gotcha. Yeah. And what are kind of like the other bands y'all want to collaborate with, or who do y'all want to collaborate with? I know y'all have collaborated with. I mean, prior to, I know y'all done some songs with Regreso, but before that, do you know who Anexo recorded with back in the day?
Yeah, so they have a few collabs. But there were collabs that pues de hace mucho tiempo that I can't really even recall the names, pero sí tuvieron sus collabs back in the day, and was honestly just having them, like all those bands in that music video, and Llame para Chihuahua was always pretty cool, you know, now that I grew up and see it. But if we want to talk about dream collabs, bro, pues the Maquinaria one is up there, man. That's a big one already. And
No,
pues
that's a huge one, bro.
We're grateful for that one. Y pues, I mean, if I'm being honest, because I like country music too, right?
Right.
So I think something with like Zach Top would be nice, you know?
Ooh, boy,
Hey,
Zach Top.
yeah,
Okay.
man, imagine.
No, and it's crazy you say Zach Top because he's killing it right now, but
Oh, for sure.
he has that 90s country feel to him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
So like,
Yeah, igual, you know, sometimes they compare norteño music. Like, sometimes people ask us, like, we'll be at the airport wearing our tejanas, right? They're like, oh, you guys are a band. What do y'all play? And we say, no, pues, you can kind of say that tocamos Mexican country, you know, norteño. You know how norteño comes from the ranches, de los ranchos, allá, norteño sax. And so you can kind of say that it's like, at least that's how I see it. Maybe people don't agree, right?
Yeah.
But I see it like, no, pues, el country like the Mexican country is norteño, you know? So that's kind of what I like to say. So that's why, and we dress the same, bro, you know?
Yeah.
Tejanas, and everything.
the pro snaps,
Yeah, like the country vibe, yeah.
the Wranglers, yeah, it's nice and starched.
Yeah, nice and stars. All right,
What about you, bro?
I'd have to say, like outside of norteño, I'd have to say Randall King.
Randall King, okay.
And then norteño sax, I'd have to go with La Furia.
Furia.
La Furia.
Shit.
Yeah. Shout out to compa Joel. If you see this, bro. This
He's
work.
from out there, from Albuquerque too, no? Or
I think somewhere in New Mexico, no?
somewhere in New
I
Mexico.
think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Hey, I like that Randall King one. That was a.
Oh yeah, he's
It's like
underrated.
yeah, he is underrated for
He
sure.
deserves a lot more recognition than. Yeah.
What about you, carnal?
Man, I don't know.
Que sea un grupo de Nuevo León también, pues.
Well, see, I guess a little bit outside of norteño sax, Carlos y José los Juniors, they got a little bit of sax, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that'd probably be a good one. But, I
Un
mean,
álbum de corridos acá.
Yeah, or si fuera norteño sax, I mean, you got Polorías, Rieleros, I mean,
Yeah.
Top Dogs. That'd be something nice, you know.
All right. What about you, Big Don?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Furia is like one of the top ones I try to shoot for. I gotta take some pictures like at a studio session they had. Cause I take pictures on the side too.
Yeah.
And they invited me over to take some behind the scenes.
Where at? Was this at 01 Dallas or Fort Worth?
Nah, it was at a studio. I think it's Cometas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
The
Cometa.
Neon Cactus.
Yeah, Neon Cactus. It was there, so they invited me over to like take BTS, and I got to hear like some of the songs they were recording, and even then, like I tried to act like I wasn't like a big fan.
Nonchalant.
Nonchalant. But now they're like one of my favorite bands, bro. So like that's like one of the top ones for me, for sure.
Damn. What about you? You didn't say Norteño Sax, right? You just.
Man, if I'm being honest, Norteño Sax, I'd probably have to say Furia, if not Fiera. Fiera,
Because of that, you seen that crazy happen at Texas Live?
Bro, yeah, that was.
Hey, that was crazy, right?
But I mean, like I said, pues Fiera, Maquinaria, man, same thing. Those are great, man. The one we're super great for the Maquinaria one. But when it comes to Norteño Sax, I like Furia a lot too, cause man, my boy Joel también, pues he sings and he plays bass. And he's one of the people that I like to look at, observe, and learn from because, man, he's really great at what he does.
Hey, but before bass, he used to play like the quinto, no? Or the bajo sexto?
I think so, yeah.
Because I remember like that bass era, it wasn't like a long time.
Yeah, no hace mucho. Y ahorita, pues I've seen a few videos where he's playing bass and stuff. De hecho, hopefully, con el favor de se haga, we might be out there in somewhere in St. Louis or something with Furia soon.
Furia?
So,
hey, Furia, you know who to hit up?
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring it up out there, bro.
Hey, yeah, no. Yeah. Damn, bro. Anything else you guys want to add to this podcast, bro? I mean, I feel like we covered pretty much the basics, pretty much everything, and
yeah, of course.
You know, everything that what do y'all expect to get out of Anexo in the future?
Yeah, man. No, pues look, de hecho, pues tenemos esa rola Maquinaria. We have a couple other songs coming out. Like I said earlier.
When is that song with Maquinaria coming out? It's been a minute already. I was like, bro, I'm waiting on it. We're waiting on it, bro.
Yeah, no. There's not an exact date just yet. Still cooking up there in the studio.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's gonna come out soon.
Is it what are y'all waiting on or what? Like what are the
just
things?
for it to be finalized, you know, because it's so it's so van a ser two voices, my voice and their voices, and so we're waiting for all that to be quick.
Can you tell if it's gonna be Mosca or Rory?
It's gonna be Rory. It's gonna
bro,
be
las rolas de Rory. You know,
bro.
Have you seen on Spotify they have las rolas de Rory?
Yeah,
like
man.
There's like a playlist that's just like
bro.
puras rolas de Rory, and I'm like, bro, Rory has a badass voice, bro.
He sings really nice.
I think he's underrated, to be honest.
No, yeah, for sure. De los hermanos de con Maquinaria, man, he sings great. I like it a lot, and I'm glad we were able to lock that in. So we got that coming out. Y también tenemos two more songs, una cumbia y una que también una que escribí yo that we were at the studio earlier. Just got done with it.
Okay.
And so we got that coming out, hopefully back to back. And ya para pues empujarle machine and market it out and see what happens, man. So
damn, bro. Where can the people find y'all?
Yeah, of course. Ahí en Instagram, TikTok como Anexo Al Norte Oficial. Y ahí pues también ahí salen los personals de todos los guys if you guys wanna follow us out there. So también un saludo para toda la gente de Cuauhtémoc, Chihuahua.
Oh, y'all from Cuauhtémoc?
Yes, pues nosotros somos de aquí. Our families are from
de la Reforma.
Ahí de Chihuahua.
O de
todo Cuauhtémoc ahí todo.
Okay.
No, pues sí, aquí los boys pues we got a little bit of everything. We got San Luis, Nuevo León, Chihuahua, a little bit of everything in the band, and it gives it a fruitful taste. So.
Nah, I'm actually excited for everything that's going on with you guys, and I actually like the direction that Anexo's going, bro. It's going a good direction, and you know I wish nothing but the best to you guys.
No, thank you, man. You know, again, like I said earlier, what I care a lot the most, you know, good people. You guys are great, man. So thank you for having us. También aquí my boy Angel. He just joined not that long ago, bro.
Yeah.
But again, his top quality is just who he is as a person. So we value that a lot, and thank you for inviting us, bro. You're a team. We appreciate you guys a lot, man. It means a lot.
And thank you guys for coming through. You know, we've been working on different schedules and stuff.
It took a little bit,
but you know, we made it happen, and you know, hopefully in the future we can record some more stuff. You know, a little behind the scenes or something. Maybe we can go out to a Denver gig or you know, Albuquerque gig or something. And
hey, we'll be back for the anniversary next year. 1 year anniversary for the pod. Like,
oh yeah,
we'll be back next year and give you guys an update.
How many?
Digo, o sea, like a year from now, we'll be back and be like, hey, so see what happened.
Simón.
¿Qué pasó con la maquinaria? ¿Cómo les fue?
Ahí también saludos a tu brother Jose.
Ah, sí, claro.
I've been knowing him for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I didn't know he was your brother.
Wait, with the Regreso Boys or which ones? Or
Yeah.
before that?
No, with the Regreso Boys.
Oh, okay, yeah. A lot of people don't know, but yeah, he's my brother.
Like, I found out that same day that we met.
Oh, really?
That's when I found out that he was your brother.
Damn, yeah, what's up, bro? No, but
you know, he's a good people.
Hey, and the people been asking for you guys, bro. So I'm glad, you know, we made it happen because you know the people been wanting y'all. I did a little Q&A on Instagram, and you know the people been saying Anexo. So you know.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate all that, bro. También that's something that, you know, I wanted to mention too. It, like I told you earlier, it's weird, bro. You still walk into certain places like Joey's. Like el otro día ahí en la Gran Plaza, you walk into Joey's and they're playing Dama de Hierro. You walk in, the other day we walked into like our local carniceria, bro, and they're playing. Yeah, man, it's like, and it se siente bonito because it's you know, it's Anexo and we're part of it now, right? And it feels great, and it motivates you to, like, because like I said, their songs are playing, but people don't know our faces yet, you know, our new faces, and so that's a goal of ours, you know, get our faces out there.
That's why this is for, you know.
Yeah, for sure, man. And we appreciate the opportunity, and so hopefully we can do something. We're grateful, man.
This is a new media, bro. So
you know, it's the way to go.
So guys, if y'all want to go viral, you know where to hit me up.
Sure,
I'm just messing with you guys.
Make sure you say something crazy.
There you go.
Make sure you say something crazy when you go viral.
No, muchas gracias, chavos, y pues, man,
Ándale.
que les vaya bien.
No, muchas gracias, bro. Puro qué rollo padre.
Sí,
Ándale, muchas gracias,
Anexo Al Norte. Let's get it, baby.
bro.